Let me fix this. Whoa, that's a nice little screen we got there. What's up? Let me get a little higher.
Here, go like this. Oh, wait.
There you go.
Wait, just scoot over a time.
You just come over. Why are we getting... What's going on, guys? What's up?
Juicy dips.
Let's go. That's what I'm talking about, man. Juicy dips, baby. What's going on? Crash. Hey, it was a crash. But you got to understand, man. Companies out there are killing it. I mean, Roku just killed it. Twilio just killed it. Companies are doing well. So this is not really a, it's not a real, let's see.
The market is not killing you. That's a fact.
Buy the dip. What do I think about the stock market? I think personally, the big whales have been planning this day for a couple of months with all these high quality SPAC stocks. Those are the ones that really got hit. We got about 300-400 SPAC stocks. They probably went after 10 to 20 of them today, and really shook out the weak hands. 20 to 30% drops on a stock. People are gonna sell. Of course, a lot of people sold today, and I didn't sell anything. What I did personally was I sold stocks that I bought over a year ago. I sold my Overstock, my Square, my Peloton, and these were companies that I was up 200, 300%. So these, look at this guy.
I know, bro.
He's talking about something a year ago. Holy crap.
This one.
Hey, hyliion is just one of those stocks that doesn't have a lot of revenue. But anyways, what I did today was I sold companies that I was up on 200, 300%, 150%, and I sold these. And what I did was I sold all those, Overstock, Square, Peloton, Roku. I sold a lot of these. And then what I did was I bought the companies that are just beginning. I bought Neo. I bought IPOE SoFi. I bought APXT at the very bottom. I was just about to say that. I bought APXT at $11 this morning too. I bought it at the freaking stock market announcement price. So I bought all these companies that are right around 10:50 a.m., which was pretty much like when I say I timed it perfectly, I mean, I'd say I timed it like 9 out of 10 perfectly. So guys, Zomedica, I sold half the Zomedica. I held half. So I sold half of it because I was up 120% or something like that. I bought it under $1. So guys, you just need to have a game plan. I had a game plan, in case stuff like this happened. I didn't really put in a lot of cash. Like I didn't take cash out of my bank account and put it in to my portfolio. What I did was I sold positions that were been up, the past 1 year, like 2 years, like the ones that I've been just killing it on, up 200, 300, 400%. So I was selling those and I was buying companies that are at the beginning stages. So I was ready, but I wasn't actually ready today for this. I didn't look at my phone today till 9:27 a.m. And I was like, oh my God. I just started scrambling. I had sell orders ready. I was selling a bunch of stocks at 9:30 a.m. as soon as the market opened. Then I ended up getting a influx of cash, like 10 grand out of nowhere from selling those positions. And then I didn't buy immediately. You don't want to buy immediately. I waited. I just waited, and it could usually take an hour or two, but this one happened pretty quick, this dip, and it ended up happening around 9:50 a.m. And guys, you need to realize if your portfolio is down, let's just say 10 to 25% or something like that, you got a good portfolio, because you got to think people are out there buying these meme stocks, and they're down 90, 95,
Imagine buying an
98%.
option on CCV right now. If you guys bought an option on that,
Yeah, you know, people are buying, you know, expensive options on stocks that are, you know, 600% gains and, you know, literally a month. You know, that's not really smart. So what I'm saying is, you know, a lot of meme stocks out there, people have lost about 95% of their portfolio. So, I mean, if you're down 10, 20, 30%, I mean, you should be happy because people have lost everything, you know, trading, you know, meme stocks this past month or two. So,
the thing is too that I was saying is that a lot of these companies that get the hype, it's just the opinion of people at the end of the day in the short term. Long term, what Kyle always talks about, what I talk about is profits, revenues, all of that is going to make the long-term stock grow. You don't want something that's going to make you that quick rich money. You want to be wealthy. That's how it is, and that's how these APXT, BFT companies are going to do, you know?
yeah, BFT, I didn't really need to buy it today because I've already bought so much. Like 2 months ago, I didn't really have to buy any, you know? That's one that people should have been buying. I was just mainly buying companies that I haven't really started a good position in. And, you know, I mean, I'm down February. I mean, February's hit me pretty hard, but
Earnings
even
next month.
all my call options, they still have 2 months left. I mean, it's not like I got a lot of February or March calls. I have very, very few April calls. Very few. Like the only company that's really killing me is APXT. And I just think, you know, people are really worried about trading that one right now for a merger date. A lot of people are impatient. I think they're gonna merge before the end of April.
Price target. It's hard to really measure something like that, but with APXT, with the money that they do and the hype that some of these stocks get, you know, with being a Microsoft partner, who knows? It could be $40, it could be 30, it could be 50. I mean, we saw what happened to CCIV, but I think that what's important to remember is if you're confident in the company, you want to keep it for the long term. It's not about that quick pop. Because down the road it could be worth $100 to $200, and you're going to get way more gains. And
yeah,
you know,
guys,
the potential is definitely there.
Yeah, short term, when I was doing these options, I was just looking to scoop up some free shares. You know, I wouldn't have bought the options if I knew the stock was going to hit 11 today. I wouldn't even have had to bought the options. I was trying to get some $12 stock. You know, which you know,
would you buy Tesla right now?
I would have bought Tesla this morning. I mean, I got Lee. Jesus, I was looking at it, but I was just like, you know, there's more upside in Neo. You know, I think Neo has way more upside just because Neo's at 100 million market cap. Tesla's at 700, 800 million. So I see more upside with Neo being able to grow with more speed faster. And I just think Neo, it's just they have a lot of good things going. Neo has a really, really good CEO. I promise you, he is a really good CEO. He is doing all the right things right now. He's not even really worried about the stock price. He's worried about what he needs to do to get Neo to the next level. You know, like one of the biggest EV car companies in the world, and it takes time. You know, Neo's been dropping for 7 weeks. I mean, that's just part of the game. It's dropped $25. Did it hit 40 today?
I'm pretty sure it was under 40 for a sec.
Neo dropped $26. But you gotta think with earnings, you gotta think Neo already
it hit 41.
It hit 41. Neo already has price targets at $60, $70, $80. No one's even took that into account. Everyone's trying to buy this thing up at the very bottom. If these earnings come out and these earnings are to the upper level of what they projected, they're gonna up their revenue to $1.4 billion in a quarter. Listen to me when I say write that down. $1.4 billion for Q1 2021. That means if they keep growing at the same rate, they're going to hit about $7 billion 2021, guys. $7 billion. So I'm just saying people definitely got it down.
The chart is still looking really good, though. If you think about it, how Tesla grew, I mean, it's not like this thing is popping. So when you see a pullback with Neo, it's actually a good thing. Use it as your opportunity to buy and don't be scared and have paper hands and just, get out of it. Like Kyle said, write down the numbers, billions of dollars in sales. You can't just make that up. That's like legit.
Guys, Tesla did 19 billion in 2019, okay? About 19 billion. NIO might do 7 billion this year. Those are just some cool little numbers. 19 billion Tesla 2 years ago. NIO might hit 7 billion this year, but the way it's looking with NIO's factory, there's a chance that they could do 15, 20 billion next year if they really produce the numbers that they're thinking. This could go to Tesla. This could go to Tesla numbers next year when they're trying to get 300,000 vehicles out there. So,
and I think JD Power, they came out with a survey, and Tesla got rated like 31 out of 33 on satisfactions rating in like China. So if you think about it, the Chinese are looking for a new car. They're looking for something that they're going to be able to use. And if Tesla can't fill that void, then NIO's going to hop right in, which I think it already is.
Yeah.
So you got to think about that.
Tesla hasn't got a lot of good headlines in China the past 2 weeks. I've been reading that a lot of vehicle technology malfunctions for some reason. I don't know why. Like a lot of their computer stuff has been not doing as well. And what I've been hearing that China customers don't like that have been purchasing these Tesla vehicles, they don't like these price cuts because they feel like after they bought the vehicle already, they feel like they're getting ripped off. So Elon Musk thinks he's like trying to win over the entire China market, cutting his vehicles by 25%. People are saying like, they've been buying these cars and they're kind of feeling skeptical of why there's these severe price cuts. NIO's not cutting their car prices at all, and their sales are going up. So do you see that? They're sticking. They're like, hey, our vehicles are worth this much. We're not cutting anything to compare with Tesla in China. We're going to keep our vehicles right where they're at. And
I think the concept that really comes into play there is you have to spend money to make money. Cutting costs in any type of business sometimes comes back to bite you. So you want to use your money. You want to put in money. You don't want to cut back on things, scare the consumer.
Yeah, that's what it's doing. Yeah, man, it's crazy. But someone asked a good question. I want to see. Can you talk about the CCIV merger details and explain the PIPE investors and stuff? So what a lot of people didn't realize on the investor presentation, that CCIV, they actually on that market cap that they have, their shares outstanding, I believe, were 1.4 billion shares. Okay, people didn't understand, like when a company merges, they think it was just the CCIV outstanding shares, which was really low. This is going to get like 1.4 billion. So there's going to be massive dilution, but that's not even the reason why it's really dropping today. I think it was down 40%. I think if you bought CCIV under 30, it's not it's a good buy. If you got it this morning under $30, that was a really good buy. But I pretty much cut off recommending options on this one like last week and this week.
When it runs up like that, like that's people's opinion. There's nothing that changed in the company within those couple weeks. It's people's opinion of the company. They want to make those gains, but when something is hyper parabolic like that, you have to be super careful.
Yeah, people are hyping it to
every time.
Everyone was, wanting it to go to 100. We've seen this many times, guys. I've been in pumps like this, and whatever you think's gonna happen, it never happens. Just realize that. Whatever you're seeing, you think's gonna happen, it never happens. 99% of the time, the opposite will happen, and this has happened on many stocks. Many stocks you think will just go to the moon. Usually when the good news finally comes, people, we got a lot of day traders nowadays. They sell. These guys are pretty smart. Look at QuantumScape. Jesus Christ. We're talking about 40 to 140, back to 50, up to 70. That's the craziest volatility stock ever, and I think it's just it had a lot of traders in it. There's no reason for a quality company to move like that. You kind of want a company that kind of moves like little jumps. I really like what I'm seeing with BFT. It just looks like it just looks like it has quality investors in
The
it.
numbers are there too. You can't. The numbers don't lie. At the end of the day, 1.5 billion next year.
1.8, no, 1.7 billion next year. BFT, I think, has some really quality investors in it right now. And no. So Neo, you can't. Neo has earnings in 4 days.
Do not sell Neo.
Neo has earnings. I'm telling you, the big whales are trying to get this stock. These numbers are going to come out. The year-over-year growth is going to be crazy. It looks like they hit the top end of their quarter 2020. It looks like they topped out at over 17,000 vehicles. Their margins might be better, but it looks like they're going to up it, in my opinion. I think they're going to up it to 1.3 to 1.4 billion this quarter, and I think they're going to really hit it. Yeah, just a lot of you got to think, guys, social media nowadays with Twitter, Wall Street bets, that will cause a stock to go up 500% in a month. It's just when you have a stock that's dropping like 20-30% in a day or 40%, it's just, you know, that the investors that are in the stock with you are not the best investors. When you see a stock, you know, today, if it's sticking under 10%, it's got some high quality investors in it. So a lot of YouTubers out there, you know, you got to think CCIV probably got 100-200 million views. CCIV probably got 250 million views on YouTube the past month. And
we see the power of the retail investor too. I mean, look at what happened with Wall Street bets. All that money that we don't even know about is getting pumped into these certain stocks. And I'm not saying people didn't believe in the company, but I don't think that they really know what they're doing with the company at the end of the day. I mean, TCIV, aka like Lucid, they're going to be making money in 5 to 6 years, but
yeah, they're far out. I think CCIV's revenue, Lucid, I think it's projected to do like 800 million. You guys got to think, Lucid's doing less than $1 billion this year. Neo's on the verge of going for 7 billion. Do you see like $1 billion, 7 billion? Where do you really want to be putting your money into? You know, if you want to wait a long time, it's, you know, get in CCIV. But Neo, I think it's on that trend line of getting started. It's not even started. People think this is a meme stock. They're trying to take over, you know, the world right now, and it looks like we're gonna have really good earnings in about 4 business days. So, and another good thing I think that happened, guys, a lot of the companies that I've been recommending, like Open Door, Neo, BFT, APXT, Butterfly, stuff like that. I like that all this correction stuff is happening now, these pullbacks, because we got earnings coming next week. So a lot of companies that have earnings today and earnings last week, like Roku and Square, even though that Roku did really good, it's like the market's crashing. It's hard for their, you know, it's hard.
Same thing happened with Apple.
Yeah, good earnings, but their earnings are happening at a really bad time frame. And I think, you know, Open Door.
Yeah.
I think Open Door should be a $50 stock. We finally got some analysts saying that it's worth 43 to 48. I think about 6 analysts on tip ranks, a couple bank holdings. So Open Door is worth about $50. And I think when people hear about the revenue and the numbers for their 2020 Q4, I think people are going to really understand Open Door is like the face of real estate. And that's been a long hold for us, guys. I think it's going to pay off. Maybe March. I think it's really going to start paying off. But guys, Neo could easily next month be an $80 plus stock. I swear to you, it could easily be an $80 plus stock.
It's just waiting on the right investors.
There's going to be some really good headlines coming out after earnings, and you can't lie. The numbers don't lie. If the retail doesn't want to buy, the big whales out there, the hedge funds, they will buy it for you, because big hedge funds, they buy on technicals. They buy on upside. They buy on earnings, okay? Retail investors kind of buy on a lot of skepticism.
Opinion. It's all opinion.
You know, like we're not, you know, we're definitely, you know, they have more tools than us as far as their money being more, you know, stable and more secured. But they're definitely going to be following the earnings reports. And you can see Cathie Woods, it's like Open Doors, that's their 10th biggest holding, guys. And if you think she's going to put $4 billion on the line or whatever, you know, or well, I don't know how much, a couple billion. I don't know if it's a billion. I know it's like 7 million shares.
For what?
Open Door. It's like 7 million shares now. It's like their 10th biggest holding. She's not buying that to just.
Probably a couple $100 million.
She's not buying that to just, you know, buy it for no reason. She's trying to get rich. Palantir, guys.
That's a good buy, right?
You could have got Palantir today at $24.
It's still at like 26.
Yeah, man. This thing is valued right now at $34 from Goldman Sachs. Yeah. $34. They're projected to do $4 billion in revenue over the next 3 years plus. I mean,
that's just in 2025 alone.
Their revenue growth is growing. I mean, guys, a lot of these companies, you gotta understand, the stuff that moves, you know, 200, 300% in a month, it always comes down every single time. It doesn't matter what stock it is.
There's just no fundamentals to that type of investing.
They don't hold. They're good trades. They just don't hold. So if you want to enter these meme stock companies, you got to understand, you're going to put more stress into your body because you have to manage and you have to watch that stock. You have to understand the risk. You know, this thing could slice you 30% in an hour.
Yeah,
you could get sliced 30% in 1 hour, guys.
And if you're scared and you don't understand what you're investing in, you're going to sell it at the bottom.
Yeah, guys. And a lot of these companies are making announcements. A lot of these companies are making announcements after hours. So if you're not in like Webull or nothing, you're not even going to be able to get out of your shares. If you're, you know, these big announcements are happening after hours, you're going to get screwed because a lot of traders are in these Webulls with these day trading plays. So you got to be very careful when you're entering these high risk plays like Zom, Nokia, Naked, Sensonics. You know, these are high risk plays, you know, and they're in early stages, and a lot of stuff is already getting priced in. So yeah, I'll buy a couple of these, but I'll put in like $1,000 max when I got like holdings like Neo 10K, BFT 10K, APXT 10K. So my high risk plays, I'll put in like $1,000, you know, just, you know, I might get lucky and get a 5X and
That's what I'm looking to do on Zomedica.
Yeah, Zomedica is not bad. I sold half of it because I bought like $2,000. I sold half and I used the money to just buy, you know, other places and stuff like that. I sold cents today because I was up 60% on an option. Why not? Bought some high quality plays like I said, APXT, Neo, Open, SoFi, Butterfly. I think I bought another new SPAC.
Blackhawk one, or what is it called?
Osprey Technologies. I like that one. That one's cool.
Black Sky.
My boy, J Deem showed me that one. That's pretty cool stock. Let's see. I'm gonna read some of these comments, guys, just because we didn't really read a lot of these. Okay, so looks like we got some high quality investors in here. Down 11%, down 13%. It looks like you're diversifying really well because I'm telling you, some people went down like 100% today on some February options. If you bought February options today, you're down 100%.
And I know that too. Chris saying, like, no offense to him, but he was recommended like to buy those quick options right there for like things like Palantir. And for some of you people out there who aren't like long-term investors, 100%. You might sell off and take that 100% loss. And at the end of the day, those YouTubers, they're doing their thing, but they just don't care about if you lose or make money, I feel like.
Yeah, a lot of these YouTubers out there, it looks like a lot of people are going after, you know, whatever stock is the most hype. You know, even if it's a penny stock, that's what they're gonna keep blasting and blasting. Like the CCIV has been blasted for a month, and I pretty much I would have bought it at like 20 max maybe. Once it passed the high, I was just like, okay, I said I got a Patreon right now. I got 20 other options. I can't deal with watching this thing every night. And look, it dropped 40% in like 12 hours. It's just I knew it was coming. It just sucks. So. Let me see what else we got. Down 10%, not bad. 20%, it's not really bad. Telling you, people are down 90% today that are playing short-term meme stock options. So I don't teach this inside of my Patreon. I think my portfolio will bounce back in March. entire February for me sucked. I had really good companies. I don't really care. It's short term. You know, I bought dips last week. I bought the dip heavy today. You have to do that. You just can't sell. If you got quality companies that big investors are going to buy.
Today was a great day to buy. If I was starting in the stock market and today was the day that I decided to start, that would
be the luckiest person ever. Guys, APXT is a quality company. I don't think the CEO, TJ, is worth. I don't think, I'm going to say this, I don't think he gives a flying F word what retail investors have to say to him on Twitter. Guys, he's a freaking billionaire. Do you think he's worried about retail traders' options? Give me a merger date. Give me a merger date. Give me a merger date. Give me an announcement.
He's worried about the company.
He's worried about the SEC. Let the guy just file his paperwork. It's not like he's trying to merge in 6 months. Just let him get the date, and he's going to give people the date. We're in February. The announcement was made, what, November 20th? That's December 20th. It was made 3 months ago.
And this is the thing.
It'll merge in 2 months. Just wait. You know, it's going to come.
They don't like to give you a date because
what if it's wrong?
Change. Like, I know that they put out on Twitter that they were going to merge in February. So why are they going to keep giving you a date and then lose reliability in the company? They did believe it was going to come that time.
Yeah.
But things do happen, you know? The whole Wall Street bet thing, I think it really threw off what was going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. SEC, court, counselings, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Guys, APXT, by April, the end of April, that will be 5 months. It should merge before April. I've been telling all my Patreon members that. We're at middle February. It sucks, but even if your option's down 30, 40%, guys, if a stock moves $5, you're going to be up 100% on your option. So it can happen in one day when the announcement gets made, okay? So I'm still trying to get these free shares. I'm not really averaging down, but I think it will emerge before the end of April, and I think that's the merger date. I think an announcement should be made in maybe 2-3 weeks, so we might get an announcement in March. So that's just how it works. So announcements made, stock might run up $4, and then it might merge, and then it might run up post-merger. It's a quality company. That's what I like to buy. I really think it will prevail in the next 1 to 2 months. So that's why I recommended the April calls. I think they only had July calls. After that, now I've been buying October calls on the dip, I think a couple of days ago. So
ooh, those things are looking
APXT is a really good company, and just because it dropped, you know, it's not getting the traction because people are impatient. So I think that one has time. So yeah, Tesla looks like a buy. March calls could possibly die right now with a lot of companies. That's definitely possible, but I think April is still a good ways out.
Yes, sir.
Exactly. So guys, see, this is my cousin. If you want to follow him, if you guys want to write this down real quick, his channel, you can find it. It's called Real Deal Wealth. He just started YouTube. He's not really playing into a lot of the hype, a lot of these stocks. He's not really doing that. He's buying companies that he really likes, like APXT, Marvel, BFT. You know, he really likes these, and he's way younger than me, and he's already developing, you know, a longer term mindset because he's seen how all of these Wall Street bets plays
I
turned
learned it
out.
from this guy right here. This is my mentor.
I'm trying to put him in the right direction, you know, just a little bit of patience, guys. We're not even talking 10 years. You got 3 years patient.
Yeah.
You might be able to 5, 10, 15x your money.
Imagine when you get that first 100,000, that first million too. That amount is going to grow so much faster than if you have that 5,000. But you have to start somewhere.
Yeah, guys. I'm going to let the big whales take me to the promised land. I'm going to ride these plays with them. They're going to be stuffing their hedge funds and banks with these stocks. I know what they're going to buy. I'm just waiting on it, and it just takes a little bit of time, guys. We're not talking 10 years. We're not talking 5 years. I don't want to bore you to death. If you got a 1 to 2 year outlook, guys, you're going to make a shit ton of money buying these stocks. I'm telling you.
100%.
These are really good stocks I've been recommending.
Great list right there.
NEO is a good one. XPEV is another killer in China. APXT is a killer. all of the what's that sector called? APXT, not technology, not finance, cloud. Those companies do excellent, guys. APXT is going to do wonderful. Palantir is a tech company. They're going to do wonderful. Fubo or whatever. I haven't really done a lot of information. I just think that one ran up way too quick. That's why I stopped watching it. It went from like 20 to 50, so I didn't really do a lot of research on that one. So
once the stock hits 50, like Kyle always told me, that's when you have to be cautious, because then it starts to get into that more money range where you have to understand, is it really just hype or is it a good company?
Yeah, I know a lot of people are watching, like, a lot of people that are a lot older than me, they do watch market caps, which is completely understandable. But you got to understand, it comes down to the stock price of your money multiplying. Okay, so yeah, you might get a company with a undervalued market cap, but if the stock is already $200, let's say for example right now Roku, I wouldn't recommend people to really buy Roku right now because it's $400. It's already got years and years priced into it.
Unless you're like a hedge fund.
Yeah, if you're like a long-term moderate investor, that's a good stock to maybe double your money in like 2 years. But the chances of it 5xing at 400 is very low, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. And if it does, then you hit a gold mine.
So a stock price does mean, is pretty serious. So like example for Marvel, it's $50 stock right now. I'm not really buying the stock because, it's a more of a slow mover, and I feel like I got better plays. But it's a really good option to play because the options are priced really low, and it can if the stock doubles, you can 5 to 6x your money on the option if it doubles. That's crazy because you don't see that happen a lot. So some stocks are really good for options to play, but some stocks are not really a lot of upside for stocks. So you have to find, which stocks to play options and which stocks to play. Like me personally, I've had so many people message me that I've lost a lot of money doing short-term Tesla options because they cost so much money up front. Like for a month option, you're going to pay like $2-3 grand. A lot of people lost put. So I wouldn't really play Tesla options just because
it's so high.
If it goes the wrong way, in your short term, because a lot of people can't afford those big money options that are more expensive, that's a stock that I wouldn't play options on just because it costs so much money up front. I could buy 10 options for one Tesla option. So short term, it's not really a good option, but long term, it's a great option if you can buy 12 months out or something like that.
Like the APXT calls that I bought today for October were only about $230, and
I just bought those for $300. See, he just got a way better deal because he waited an extra day. But he's talking October, guys. I was buying them at like $300 because
so cheap. It's not even funny.
I know. It might be by the end of the year. That stock might be $50.
If that stock hits $50, those options are going to be worth like
8x.
Yeah,
10x, 12x.
And you can buy one of them if you're 10x. Not a big time investor out there, and that's how you really get your portfolio started. You don't have to win every single time.
Okay, let's see what else we got.
But Big Money Mindset does.
Let's see. Go back to your thing real quick so I can look at these stocks, because a lot of people ask me about the stock prices. I can't really see. NEO earnings date? How the hell do I not know that?
I think it's like the 3rd.
I don't know. I think it's the 1st.
The 1st, yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Neo knows it, baby. Come on.
Neo is the 1st. And guys, this is a short month, so that's like 4 business days away, right?
Guys, once those earnings come out, I think it's not over for Neo, but it's going to see that next jump. It's going to go to the next level. This thing is going to keep leveling up.
I'm going to put a price target on Neo, guys, a bullish price target. I think March. I think this is going to see like 70 to 80. I really do. I think there's going to be a ton of articles out there. I'm talking tons. People are going to be like,
they beat expectations every single quarter too.
I know.
Every single quarter.
It's not a meme stock. They are really ramping up. And the thing is, their factory right now is the size of a YMCA. That's how
when you say that.
Their factory is the size of a YMCA. They're going to get a Tampa Bay Buccaneers factory, and that's winning. They're going to have a factory the size of the Bucs Stadium, guys. And I'm telling you, they're going to be busting those. people are not able to really get these Neo vehicles when they want. They're still behind. Some people are waiting 3 months to get these cars. They have the demand. It's just they have to pace themselves on these month over month month over month records, because if they go up too fast, they might miss a month. So they're kind of just slowly doing it. And I think
to do it the right way.
Yeah, they're not trying to just blow out the month this month so that they can have a bad month next month. So
BNGO might be a buy right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. Under $10. I mean,
that's a good buy. It did run up really quick, as you can see. Example for BNGO, I just think the investors in it, they weren't the best investors. That's why the stock dropped. You know what? $6. What was the high?
Is that like 16?
So yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. A stock that drops 40%, it doesn't have the best investors in it. It has a lot of people trading and stuff like that. So
over time, I felt like I'm more of a believer in it.
Yeah,
as I read more and more about the technology and being in the healthcare field, like, it's just where it's headed. I mean, Cathie Woods even said it about genomics, that it's next up. You just have to wait on it. You can't be scared to just sit there and let your stock grow, because over time, if it keeps up at this pace, it's going to be a good stock. It's only $10. What?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, guys, can you somebody said, can you touch on your calls for the mentioned names? Much appreciated. Yeah, the only calls I'm really down on right now, everything is doing good besides Neo and APXT. Everything else I have, I'm not even worried about at all. They're all looking very solid. Just the Neo calls I bought are 2 years out, so they're down like 25%. But I bought one more Neo call today. I bought a 2023 call. I sold some options, and then I rebought the Neo. I only sold stuff for the green today. If it was in the green, I sold it. I didn't sell anything in the red, because everything that I'm really buying is I'm a believer in. So I got another 2023 Neo call today. So I'm down like 25% maybe. And guys, these are 2-year options, and I'm down 25%. These might be 20,000 or 2,000% gain in the next 2 years. So I'm not worried about those. But yeah, the only company that right now I'm having troubles with is APXT, and I'm not really worried about it. I think the CEO, they know what they're doing. They're just going to take a little bit of time to get the merger day. BFT hasn't even dropped a merger date, guys. When that thing drops a merger date, that stock, I'll put a price target on that one like 25 to 30. I think it's going to hit 25 to 30, but by the end of the year, I think BFT, once the headlines come out, the big websites review it, there's going to be, I'll go with hundreds of articles on this one by the end of the year. I give it a price target like 60 to 80 by the end of the year. So you're talking about 9 months, 10 months. I think that one goes to 80.
I think after the stimulus too, I think that's going to really help the stock market as well as the vaccine.
Talk about the COVID right now, guys. COVID's looking good right now.
It's definitely. I mean, I know we hit 500,000 deaths.
Yeah,
but with the vaccines going out, I got both of mine. I feel fine. I mean, I did after the second one. I didn't feel so hot, but that just shows you that it's working. It'll give you that immunity, and whenever we get more vaccines out, especially to our older adults, we can start opening up. Things can go back to normal. And it may not be exactly like how normal is before, but anything that progresses you towards how we used to be is going to be amazing for the stock market.
The headlines, the bad headlines will slow down. I mean, you got to think companies are making billions of dollars with just media attraction on the websites with the COVID. Stock market crash, COVID. Stock market crash, COVID. Yeah. COVID raised, stock market crash. Guys,
CNBC is
we're getting 200 stock market crash articles per month. Stock market crash for the past since April, so that's about 2,000 to 5,000 stock market crash articles. It's not helping the stock market out.
Every time you see one too, there's a huge dip.
Yeah, bad dips, especially when they do them all at the same time. Like Motley Fool.
Oh.
They are scumbags. They do not care about the retail investors. Can't stand Motley Fool. They tell you to buy the stupidest stocks, and they say it's gonna crash every day to buy stocks when retail's down. They do not care about the little guys. Screw Motley Fool. They're analysts. They suck. So forget them. They do not care about anyone.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, guys. So a lot of people in my Patreon, you know, they made a lot of money in my Patreon because I was just recommending Mara and Riot call options to buy, which I was recommending the perfect options to get into, but I stopped recommending them last week and this week for a reason. When you see me stop recommending them, I tell people you need to start trimming and selling. And like, you guys got to understand, those went up way too fast because of Bitcoin. And
You see Bitcoin,
a lot of people on my Patreon sold. A lot of people on my Patreon started selling. A lot of people started selling when I took them off the list, and they were asking me. I said, hey, you need to sell half right now. So guys, that was a really good trade. If anyone thinks that type of movement is maintainable, 600%, 1,000% in a month, it's impossible. It's, as you can see, Mara and Riot didn't have the best quality investors inside of the stock. That's why stocks dropped 40% in 6 hours. So that's just another learning tool. Okay. A lot of people made money because we started buying on my Patreon at like $10, $20 and it was ran up a lot. But as you can see, Bitcoin, everyone always asks me, do I like Bitcoin, the other Bitcoin stock? I don't like Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin will be a good, you know, like another cash alternative. But I just think the volatility is never going to be the same compared to, you know, regular money. Like, yeah, regular money might, you know, inflation and go down slowly, you know, like inflation. But Bitcoin is like 50,000, 40,000, 10,000 1 year. Money is never going to be like that. Money might inflate and go down in value, but it's going to be a slower, steady pace.
That's right.
And you can always make more money.
Money is backed by an economy too. So like that's why you have the foreign exchanges, because the US, the reason why their dollar is worth what it is because the economy is valued at a certain amount and they have a standard. I think
this year's just hurting the dollar. A lot of stimulus. It's going to happen, but it's going to be way more stable than any other currency. And another thing is you can always make more money to try to combat, you know, it being worth less, you know. So I see a lot of people complaining out there, you know, like everything's going up and the money's going down. You got to get more money. You got to find ways to get more money. And that's the only option you have.
Side hustles get you. The more money that you have, the more money you can make. It's just how it works.
Guys, years ago, I used to be at Plato's Closet. I used to donate plasma. I used to freaking help my cousin do lawn service. Guys, I was doing anything, and I had a job. I was doing whatever I could to make a couple $100 here and there. You know, I would, you know, sell gym clothes. I would train people at the gym. I would do anything, just different ways to get more money. And now all that money, I'm just investing all of it in the market every time I see dips. So it's just, yep. Dollar cost average, there's no other way to put it, guys. I keep doing it. You know, if a stock drops last week, I'll buy the dip. If it drops more, I'll buy more. So you got to keep buying the dip.
If you're not invested in companies that you're confident in too, that's whenever you're scared on these red days. I went down 25% at 950 and I was sleeping because I was so nonchalant about it. I knew what I was invested in and it just gave me an opportunity to buy more. And what you really like is what you should really buy on the dips. And I know that's what Kyle does. And
I buy companies that I think are going to have amazing upside. And usually those are the ones that aren't really moving much. Those are the ones that, you know, a lot of day traders are not playing right now. A lot of the ones that are up, everything that pretty much goes up 100% in a day, I don't buy just because I don't really care about day trading and worrying about when it comes down. So I just like to buy slow and steady quality companies, and I'll do some nice little meme plays here and there, a very small amount of money, very small amount. I usually do less than like 3% of the money I have to buy, like, you know,
like one stock,
you know, like a Zomedica is decent. You know, it has a little bit of stuff backing it, you know, in March with the True Form. That's a stock that's decent. It's not,
I'm in it.
It's not like put your freaking 50K in. It's not a stock like that. It's just like, hey, put 1,000 in it. Hey, you might make 10,000. You might 10x. You might get lucky, but you don't want to put all your money in that and it freaking goes back to pennies. That's what a lot of people do now with these meme stocks. They put everything they got into one stock. So,
and my roommate, I felt bad because he fell victim to the whole AMC thing, and I told him, hopefully he's not watching right now because he's gonna be.
This guy said, I don't know how big your YMCA is, but mine is tiny. That's what I'm saying. Neil has a small factory right now, guys.
But with the AMC thing, like I was saying, is that you jump in and you have this hype, and that it lasts for like 2 hours, and then you just see the thing drop. I told him to get out of it, and he didn't. So, I mean, AMC is going back up. He's telling me all this information on it, so I hope.
Oh my God!
I'm praying for him that maybe it goes back up.
Bro, AMC, come on, AMC. I love AMC. I've gone to AMC the past 3 years, but AMC. Guys, HBO Max is going to be like taking over them. They're getting movie theater plays now. They're about to get Godzilla.
Movie theaters are going to turn
Godzilla.
into something else.
HBO is about to get Godzilla. That's what I'm saying. Why would people have to go to freaking the movies when they can watch it in their bed now? AMC is just getting hit. I've been going to AMC for 5 years. Just the business model is not playing out with streaming technology and stuff like that. Some companies, the business model just doesn't work with the new generation, and that's just what's happening with those type of stocks. People are trying to keep them alive when it's like, just buy a streaming service, buy Disney. Freaking look at Disney. Disney is not even making any money on their parks. They just fucking had a stellar earnings from their streaming service. Something that they've been doing for 100 years is not even making them money. They adapted. They did a different business model, and look. That business model is going to be making freaking more money than the park.
That's what. Whenever the park gets back up, that's just going to be extra money.
Exactly.
There's no way to lose.
Good companies will always, improvise and innovate. They'll always, keep it moving. Some business models just can't do that. Let's see. Yeah, dude, Neo is a freaking buy. I ended up buying a 2023 call today. I got another one, and I got that thing. Oh my God. Dude, I got that thing for like $1,000.
2023?
Yeah. I got it for $1,000. I swear to God, I bought it at the bottom. I was like this. Bro, I got that thing. I got it, and then it like really went up. I got that thing.
Open Door's at $26. Okay.
Yeah. Open Door. I'm telling you, Open Door
earnings
is worth $50. It's worth $50. Its market cap should be right there neck and neck with Zillow. And listen, guys, we got the Zillow numbers.
Talk about the market cap.
They upped Zillow $50 price targets, multiple analysts. They upped it from like, I don't know, I haven't really looked at Zillow, but they upped Zillow.
Oh, it went from like 150
to 200.
It was like 170 to like 250.
Dude, they upped it $80. When we get these Open Door numbers, I'm telling you, I think their marketing they have, if you look at their sponsored ads, the way they market is very clean. It's very simple. I think they're going to have really good earnings. I think 2020, I don't think there's any partial numbers. I think they're firing on all cylinders, guys. I really think so. So
I think that the market is going to recover in the next couple of days. Just like something can't keep going up, something just can't keep going down. I mean, if we had something like another pandemic, or if they came out with like a new virus, not come out, but if another one came around, then maybe. But this
guys,
is like
the reason why this isn't a stock market crash is because there's green. There's green everywhere. You just don't realize it because you might not be watching those stocks.
The travel stocks,
freaking JP Morgan, Wynn, Carnival. I mean, guys, they're all the airline. There's tons of green out there. It's just different sectors right now are getting hit. ARK is already green. In a stock market crash, there's no green. The economy's finished. The economy's done. How could this be a stock market crash when Roku just smashed earnings, Twilio just smashed earnings, Disney just smashed earnings? Companies are doing amazing. That's not a crash. A crash is when companies. Yeah, guys.
March 1st. Mark it on your calendar. Or oh,
Let's see.
under the radar one that I'd say to buy shares in too right now is
Hey, how old are you?
GIX.
How old are you?
How old do you think? No,
22?
yeah.
He's 22. Yeah, Marvel. I mean, what is Marvel today?
Cheap.
Marvel's down 3%. Marvel
$48.
has really good investors inside of it, guys. Really good investors, and when that thing starts taking off with their earnings, it's gonna do really good. It's gonna do really good.
I don't know if I'm mistaken, but I'm pretty sure they already do like $16 billion in revenue.
No, they do a lot. I was looking,
which is insane. Wait, where is it at?
Butterfly is like a sonogram. It's like a computer sonogram.
It's at 48.
It's a company backed by Bill Gates.
Oh yeah.
Albert, even the call Butterfly Network was Longview. Yeah, it was Longview, but now it's merging. I got it on a stupid discount today.
Buy Marvel.
Yeah, guys.
I'm not a financial advisor.
Guys, the Patreon right now, I mean, it's $20. I'm never gonna change it. A lot of people have been in the Patreon for a long time. A lot of people are new. I don't plan on changing the price, and I pretty much I'm going to continue to not really do high-risk trades in there. I'm trying to build people up long-term. I'm trying to have people make some massive gains long-term. So I'm not doing a lot of trading. A lot of Patrons out there are good for day trading and stuff like that. I'm pretty much setting people's portfolios up for success long-term. I think a lot of people are going to be up huge in a year or two. So it's just to get you set up for success. I'm telling you all the good companies to buy. And if you're down 20% today, you're picking good companies. I mean, there's no way to tell you. People are losing 90 to 100% of their portfolio in hours playing meme stocks and short-term options. And I don't do that. The shortest option we got is like April on my Patreon. Everything else is freaking July, October,
like this.
2022.
So whenever you see a big investor, someone like Warren Buffett, do you think whenever they see a dip, they're selling or they're scared? No. The rich get richer whenever stuff goes down because of this. Because they know what to do with their money. They buy what they like. They're invested.
What happened today is what they call transferring of wealth, okay? I'm the retail investor. I transferred my money to the big whale. It's called transferring of wealth. That's what happened early today. Transfer of wealth. That's what happens all the time. It's just smart retail traders. It's like maybe 10%. I don't know.
5%.
Because you got to think Robinhood is not attracting a lot of people that know what they're doing. And Robinhood has the highest users ever for young investors. I think young investors are doubled this year, and it's transferring of wealth. A lot of those people are losing it all on days like this. So it sucks, but it's just part of the game. I don't know. But especially with these options, guys, you want to have cushion. Like absolute minimum you want is 2-3 months because these options can go south.
Playing earnings is risky as well.
Weekly options is risky. I'm telling you, you should be proud of yourself if you're not down freaking 80-90% today. 10, 20, 30%, you can bounce back pretty damn quick.
Listen, GIX right here.
Hey, he wants
Health. Guys, I want to bring it to your attention. Up Health 2022. They're going to be doing $350 million in revenue, and they don't have that many shares. This thing is not moving right now because no one knows about it.
I bought a little.
If you buy your shares in this one, I mean, this is like another home run for me in the long term. I know I've been on this channel and I've called some home runs already, but just take a look at it. Why not? It's at $10 a share and it's not moving. So think about it. That's an expanding market right there. Behavioral health. It's going to be online. Who knows where it could end up a couple of years down the road. Makes me super excited, being a nurse in the next year for, the potential to have a job in it maybe. So I don't have to put myself in the position to get sick at the hospital because I am a lot of things that could potentially put my life in danger. And you can help people without putting their lives in danger. Just like, I think it's going to expand faster than we think too. it says it's going to grow 74% compound annual growth rate.
It's insane.
From 2020 to 2022. And who knows if that could expand because it may be accelerated by coronavirus. So that's something that you really want to focus on when it comes to looking at presentations, is it is just a prediction. So you have to understand it could be more. So
this guy said, clearly this guy wasn't investing in 08. How old was I in 08?
No, I think he's talking about me.
Oh, okay. I was like 13. So
was I born in 2000?
You were like 8 or 9. So yeah, guys, we're not. I understand. I remember what happened 08. I was at school and shit was not looking good on the news. But yeah, 08. I mean, goddamn, that's like fucking 14, 13 years ago. I don't know. I don't really know what happened. So
it's like, man, why weren't you born back whenever Apple started?
I'll tell you what, if I was a older individual in 08, I would have been buying some fucking Microsoft Apple Visa and I would have been rich.
PayPal.
But I'm not buying Microsoft Visa right now, I'll tell you that. That shit's way out of blown out. I can't do that. So
you always talk about how many shares Microsoft has too.
Oh my god.
That's something you have to think about when you look at a stock, everyone.
Microsoft has had 13 stock splits, guys. If you bought
7 billion shares in the market for that one. That's so many, and that's why the stock doesn't move.
It's toast. I mean, Microsoft is toast. You might be able to double your money in 3 years, maybe 4. I don't know.
And that's what your stockbroker is probably going to recommend to you, because they want you to have slow moving things. Because if your money just shoots up out of nowhere, they're not going to want to need, or you're not going to need them. You're going to have all the money that you want. You're going to go out and invest in other things. You're going to feel like you don't need a stockbroker, so they're going to give you the little bit.
Yeah, guys, you gotta check out the outstanding shares, because the ones that have super low outstanding shares, like under 100 million, they move really quickly. And I think like APXT has like 140 million, which is solid. You know, the stock could see a lot of upside, is which I like. GIX is like 40 million. NEO is like $1.3 billion, 1.3 billion. So 6 billion in Microsoft is, the stock will not really move unless some crazy news happens. So just be on the lookout for that. It's something to look out for.
I want to talk about Open Doors Q4 earnings expectations. What do you think about those, Kyle? I know you've been talking to me about it.
I think Open Door is gonna. I think they're gonna hit the highest. I think they're gonna hit higher than their 2019 prime. I swear to God, guys, I'm looking for real estate right now in Florida, and I'll tell you this story. This is kind of funny. So I go to the house that I'm looking at. It was just announced, like it was online probably one day. And I went and drove to the house. I looked at it, and it was a good deal, right? It was a really good deal. And you want to hear this shit? This is so funny, because I had a lot of cash. So I was like, I told the real estate agent, I was like, hey, I'm happy to buy this house. Like I'm cool with the price.
The price.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. I was like, I'll buy this. And she's like, oh, okay, thank you. We have 37 offers. Be sure to have your offer submitted by midnight. Have a great day. I said,
37. Guys, Open Door doesn't do that. No.
She had 37 offers. I was like, all right, I'm fucking leaving. This is bullshit. I was pissed. I was like, wow, fucking 37 offers. So that tells you how fast houses are flying in Florida. They're freaking gone. I mean,
APXT losing you money. What did you miss? You missed buying another dip. I mean,
yeah, you could have. Jesus, I bought an 11. Like, I bought the Brem. I'm
down like
$2,000 worth.
15% on APXT, and I'm still buying more, because whatever you see in the short term, as I keep saying, it's just an opinion of the company. Over time, the thing's going to merge. It's going to have the revenue. It's going to grow. There's nothing to worry about with a company like that.
Is SNDL a meme stock? Guys, the quarter they had, I think they lost 100 million.
Let's look it up.
I just don't think a lot of weed companies out there. There's so many weed companies, and weed is a sector I don't really like buying. I think they lost like $100 million or something, like a quarter ago or something. I just think the black market with weed is
It says that its revenues from 2019 to 2020 plunged 62%.
I just don't know why people are recommending that one right now. It's just not. They're not
a net loss of $74 million this year.
That's what I was saying. Not a quarter, but yeah, they almost lost $100 million.
And look, this is what's important, Kyle, is that
I don't.
It's not like the company like Neo that's losing money, but they're growing. It's a money that's losing money and going down. So maybe buy a put on it.
Yeah, I don't know how that stock blew up. Like, I don't know how that stock got $1 billion in volume or $2 billion. That was crazy. I just think it's just hyped up so much around the world from Twitter and Wall Street Bets. I just don't think. Yeah, I don't want to buy a company losing like $100 million bucks.
Did you see the weed stocks back in 2016 though?
It does. I keep telling my Patreon members it does this shit all the time.
Yeah, like weed. Back in 2016.
It always does that. I hate it. I hate volatility like that. Yeah. I see volatility like that. It just makes me sick to my stomach. I'm just like, why do I have to worry about this and manage this and watch it? It just fucking
it'll shoot up and then it goes right back down. I think Tilray or something or some of those Aurora Cannabis, it went up to like $500 back in 2016, and then within a matter of months, it was a penny stock. It was like under $1. And it's like imagine if you did that.
If the analysts aren't giving it price increases and
if the revenue,
if the analysts aren't backing the stock, it'll come back down because they'll bear articles it for months. They'll just keep bringing it down. They'll just keep busting it down. That's what happens.
And if you want to know why they do that, the bears is because at the end of the day, they make money whenever stocks go down. And I don't think some of you retail investors understand it out there that whenever you lose money, it makes other people money. Money is just transferred from person to person. It's not like it's created. So
someone wants to
little spike up right there in the market.
If someone wants to play a Neo option right now, I'd play a $50 call in the short term. A $50 call for March 19th or 26th. Those are, dude, you can get the March, if you want a short term call, which I personally wouldn't buy, but you can get these $50 calls for like $400, $300. Your break even is $55.
Holy.
We already got.
Let me buy one now.
We already got price targets of Neo 75 to 80. This might get upgraded to $100 once they put out the Q1 projections, guys. And when they say they're going to project $1.4 billion, people are going to think this is the real deal. I'm telling you. So
the real deal wealth.
$50 calls are good. I mean, but right now I'm buying 80s. I'm buying 90s for 2023. I mean,
I'll tell you, if I was going to make a short-term play on Neo, I'm going with the March 26th $58 call for $2.71 strike price. Imagine you could get, I know a 2x isn't as good for some of you, 100% gain, but you could make that in like a couple weeks.
Yeah, I think Neo is going to surge to like 80 plus
it's
next
already
month.
Been over $60 with all the bears. Imagine if that thing shoots up to 70 in the next week.
I am not worried about that stock at all. I think the longer Neo keeps going and going, you're going to get better and better investors in it. The higher it goes, the better investors are going to invest in it because a lot of young people don't want to buy stocks that are like $300-$400. The higher it goes, people are going to put their money in for the long term. Where in Florida? I'm in like Tampa Bay.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, hey. I live 15 minutes from the Buck Stadium. So yeah,
I work right next to the Buck Stadium. Where I work, I can see into the stadium.
Yeah.
So
man, Miami, Florida, that's expensive as hell. Orlando's not bad. Orlando's not bad.
He said Florida's hot. Hell yeah, it is.
Yeah, man. I've had a lot of people, come to me with their portfolios, and their portfolios are just like,
be careful.
All over the place, man. A lot of people don't. I just, guys, if I'm doing this full time, I'm able to do the research. I've scanned I've scanned 60 to 80 investor presentations the past couple months. Like I've scanned them 10 times each, and I'm like, okay, these margins suck. This year-over-year growth sucks. This revenue is too low. They're too far out. They shouldn't be going public. This company is undervalued. This is a steal. This market cap, like
What company were we talking about yesterday? Whenever you were, I don't know, you were talking to me about it, and then I was kind of pointed out that the revenue was low.
I can't remember, but I know that one. I know the one we were looking at. The other one is really good, but
oh yeah, the one that you bought more today, the black sky.
Yeah, that one was good.
That one looks nice.
Houses are blowing up. I mean, Florida is like, Jesus, man. If I wait another 1 to 2 years, I might not be able to afford a house because it doesn't stop going up. Yeah, I like Spanish girls. But APXT shares or calls, both.
Hey,
buy both. Buy July or October and buy the shares. I would buy both. I'm just trying to. I might squeeze out of my APXT calls. I think this stock could hit 20, 25, and I'm gonna get some free shares at $12 a share. I'm very excited. I think this will pick up in about 2 months. So, guys, the market
coming back. It's looking all right.
What's the Nasdaq?
Let's take it. That's what
Nasdaq was down. Nasdaq was down 4%. So listen to this, guys. Listen to this real quick. Just listen to me, please. The Nasdaq, which is like the most stable. It's supposed to be the most stable portfolio management. You know, like an ETF, index fund, whatever. It's supposed to be the most stable. People that invested in that don't want their stocks to move at all. That thing was down like 4%, 3% this week or something like that, which is crazy. So if your portfolio is like,
it's still down 1.64%.
If it's like up to par with, your portfolio down 10, 15%, you're doing pretty damn good. So that's the most consistent portfolio in the world.
The S&P 500 is still down too, and this thing was down, I think, almost 2-3%. And what the S&P 500 is a culmination of the 500 best companies. And if all the best companies, the ones that make the most money, are down, that just shows you that even if you're invested in a good company, you're going to have a red day here and there. And it's okay to have a pullback. Use it as your time to buy the dips. And I know Kyle's been buying the dips for
weeks.
I don't care. But it's gonna pay off in the end.
I don't care. I don't care if it's down this one. I don't give a shit. I'm not selling shit. Like that. I'm gonna keep buying. I'm gonna keep buying until I'm pink in the face, purple in the face.
Blue, go blue.
I'll just keep buying. I don't care. I don't care.
And you guys need to do the same thing. Even if you aren't looking into some of the same companies that we talk about, there's still opportunities in other spots to make money in times like this. I mean, this is huge, massive.
Pretty much what I'm doing right now. I'm being straight up with you guys. Listen to this. Let's go with EV SPAC stocks. Okay, we got Workhorse, Hyliion.
Oh wait, am I tripping on
cars?
Oh.
Canoe, Proterra.
Lee, XP,
guys,
Neo, Lucid,
guys.
All these.
Do you hear? We could go on. We're gonna get up to like 40. I have them all listed. I'm only buying Neo. Okay, I think that's a problem people are doing right now. They're buying a lot of EV
Diversify.
shit. And EV, all those companies are not going to be the kings and like the leaders. Some of them will make it out, but some of these companies are going public way too early. I had to learn that. Okay, I was talking to some people and doing a lot of research. These EV car companies are going public way too early. Barely no revenue. They all are not going to be able to be winners. Like I said, Workhorse, Hyliion, Canoe, Proterra, CCIV. I mean, CCII. The list just doesn't stop. Fisker, Nikola. Do you see what I'm saying, guys? You either want to buy Tesla, you want to buy Neo, or you want to buy one of the EV transit companies. You got to just pick. You can't buy them all. There's only going to be a couple winners in that sector. So that's one thing I'm recommending right now. I took them all off of my Patreon. They're just very stagnant right now. I wouldn't recommend those. And also charging. All these charging stations, they're all not going to be winners, Plug, Fuel Cell, SBE, Volt. You see what I'm saying? A lot of these companies are going public because they see.
Though, Beam is very interesting.
You got to pick 1 to 2 out of the sector. So EV car companies, I would go with Tesla, Lee, Neo, maybe CII or something. I don't know. So very, 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 very low amount of EV I would buy into. Okay, where you need to buy all of your money into right now is like fintech and software. If you buy fintech and software, with the world adapting to more online and shit, you're going to be making some crazy money. BFT, people keep wanting to talk about BFT. Guys, they do everything. iGaming and sports betting, these are just getting started right now. And this is a company that's going to be making $2 billion potentially next year. So, and then also SoFi is a really good one. It took me a while to understand because it ran up so fast to like 28. I'm really thankful that I didn't buy at 28. I got back in at like $20 is when I really loaded the boat up today. I think it went down today to like 17. So I really loaded up today and I got my average down to like $20, which I'm not buying anymore. I'm really happy, but that was one that went from like 14 to like 28 and so quickly. So I'm buying a lot of fintech, software, payments. That's where to be putting the money at right now for sure. But be very careful with EV because there's 25 companies right now. You only need 2 or 3. And of course, mine is Neo just because it's not in the US. And the US competition is insane. And Neo, everything is going in the right direction. They're not changing their prices. Their year-over-year sales are increasing. And they got the money to build a massive factory for next year and potentially going into Europe in the next year. And I just think the charging stations are getting placed all around. I think they said like Shanghai and another place. They're building those swap stations everywhere. I just think it has a huge upside, 2-3 years down the road. Very big upside.
You got to be careful. I see in the comments too that you're confident because Meet Kevin said something. It's like, he's not a financial advisor. He's just on YouTube to make content at the end of the day. And you have to know what you're going to do with your money.
Yeah.
He fluctuates the stock so much with his following that you have to understand the psychology behind what he does and how he influences the investors that are watching him.
Guys, the truth about Meet Kevin is, because I watch his videos too sometimes, he has a $20 million portfolio, but he had about 15 million was Tesla of his whole portfolio. And got to think, guys, Tesla's came down, $300, whatever, $250, 20 million. Listen, his portfolio was 20 million. He had about 15 million in gains from Tesla. So it doesn't make him, I can't lie, he had balls for buying the dip, buying on margin. It paid off huge. But as you can see, he got a lot of his wealth from one stock. He kind of, he went all in a Tesla, but I think his portfolio probably pulled back a lot because of, but it'll bounce back. But I'm saying he's smart. He was buying Tesla at like $300 12 months ago. Very smart move. And
just be diverse if you're
he paid off.
You cannot hit like that all the time. Don't think that you're just going to be able to get into a company and it's going to go to the moon.
He put $1 million in it and made like 12 million or something like that because it 10x. So he did good, something like that. I don't know. He like 10x his money on Tesla. So that's a good play, and that really he got good. But I'm hoping this happens with mine. 50 grand, 100 grand in like 5 different stocks. I think I can get to $1 million in 2 years.
You'll be seeing the mansion videos soon.
Yeah, so. I think I'll be at $1 million in no time. And that's off, not even off helping people buy good companies. That's more of off like my portfolio that I really think is going to take off and some time. It just, a lot of these SPACs haven't even merged. I'm in early. So
this is the time right now to buy.
Yeah, so
it's always the time to buy. There's so much wealth out there in the stock market. You just have to get a little bit of it because trillions and trillions of dollars are in the stock market, and all you need is a few million would be nice. You could be a billionaire if you want to, but you have to start somewhere. And it's about manifesting what you want to do in the future. If you tell yourself you're not going to make any money and you just sell out of all your companies, you're never going to get to where you need to be. Just be confident and be calm. Buy the dips. And then, whenever it's green, that's your time to sell if you feel like the company's hit where you need it to be.
Yeah, like today, guys, I took so much profits. Like I said, I ended up getting like 15 grand in profits. Even on the pullback this morning, I had companies that were up so much. I used that money, profits, 100, 200, 300, 350% gains, took all that cash, bought the dip on the new companies I think that have more upside than Roku, Square, Peloton, Overstock. So that's what I did today, and I think it was a really good move. It took, guys, I was looking at my phone at like 9:28, so I did all of this in about 180 seconds. I figured out what I wanted to do. I had a game plan, and I just took the big winners.
That's big, right there.
Liquidated all of them.
Game planning.
Bought the dip on all these companies that I'm just getting started with. I keep saying them: Open Door, Neo, IPOE, APXT, Butterfly. There's a couple more, but that's what I did. Marvel. I'm heavy in Marvel. I think it's gonna pay off in about a year. Yeah, so ton of upside. It's just you got to have a game plan for when this happens. We've been getting tons and tons of dips the last 2 months. This year hasn't started off really good. Tons and tons of little dips, but this was the big dip that I think could get the stock market in a good direction. I think a lot of big whales should be happy if they bought the dips today, but they're not. I don't think they're going to be able to stop all these big earnings coming out. And I'm excited. Can you look up Square earnings? Because Square's earnings are today, and this company does have a lot to do with BFT and SoFi IPOE. So this is this earnings report today.
Where do you think it would be, this one?
Oh my God, what does that say?
Oh wait,
go back. See, guys, this is stuff you got to look at.
High price target. Oh, 3.8.
Bro, listen to this, guys. This is such a great sign for
I'll let you say it.
Butterfly. This is such a great sign for Butterfly Network and no, not Butterfly. BFT and what's the other one?
SoFi, right?
Guys, this is such a great thing for the payment industry, like payments. Listen to this. The analysts reiterated a buy rating on Square while bumping the price target up from 300 to 380. Do you understand where these fintech companies go, guys? They go to the sky. Do you see what I'm saying about fintech? Square is getting a 380. This could easily happen to BFT and SoFi. Yeah. Do you see what I'm saying, guys? Like, look what's happening to Square right now in their earnings report. Analysts. You want analysts to bring your company up. You don't want traders, and you don't want Wall Street bets. You don't want Wall Street bets bringing your stock up. That's horrible because the reason why that's going up is a horrible reason. Let the professionals take your companies up. Let them do it because they're going to go up like this. Slow and steady. You don't want this. You want slow and steady growth. And as you can see, this is exactly what I predicted to happen with these payment companies, these fintech companies. I see Square at 400. I see BFT at 200. I see SoFi at 200 in the next 2-3 years.
This is what I see for BFT. So what's going to happen is they're having a pullback right now. This is your time to buy at a really good price. They're going to merge. They're going to go up. They're going to come out with their earnings throughout the year.
Earnings.
It's going to go up. And then over time, they're going to make more and more money.
Price targets.
So it's just going to keep going up. It's going to be gradual, and that's what you want to see.
As you guys can see, this Square just got an $80 price target increase from the big boys. Not from your boy Wall Street Bets, high as hell, writing analysts.
We're talking about Square right now and how it's influencing BFT and SoFi and all the fintech out there.
And guys, this is perfect. This is exactly why I'm buying these BFTs heavy and this SoFi heavy. This is why I'm buying heavy because of, Square just got an $80 price target because the pandemic has accelerated their company, and there's no telling how good.
And it's still down 7%.
Oh my God, bro, this is
It
beautiful.
This article only came out an hour ago. So, and whenever you see people seeing this, and whenever the market goes up, I mean, it's gonna definitely have a ripple effect on DFT. So that's definitely something you want to keep on your radar before the market closes today. Is maybe if you don't have a nice position in BFT, look at how the big boy is doing and how it's going to influence.
Bro, let the experts take your company to the next level. I keep saying this. I've been saying this for about a month. NEO earnings, open door earnings, these are going to get some really good price target increases. NEO earnings and open door earnings, I'm very bullish on both. I've been watching the real estate market like a crackhead. I know what's going on. They are making money, and I'm telling you, we're gonna see. We might see Open Door pull a $2 billion quarter by the end of this year. I don't know.
I'm ready.
And
I'll be there
this
for
is
it.
gonna be bigger than Zillow, and the market cap is doubled right now than Open Door. So just stay. Yeah, Michael Berry. Yeah, you guys got to watch that movie, man. If you haven't seen that movie, it's great. It's great. It's a great movie. I saw the article, and yeah, it was good. He called it. I mean, he called it at the perfect timing. So there's no telling if hedge funds and big whales, use that to really hammer it down today. But yeah, that was a great movie. I think that was the what movie was that?
What are you talking about?
The stock market movie with the real estate crash. It was so good.
I don't want to say the wrong thing.
No, I know what it is. God damn. What is that movie called? Does anybody know what that movie's called? Yes. No, which one was it? The Big Squeeze or The Big Short? Somebody said The Big Squeeze. I don't think it was The Big Squeeze.
The Big Squeeze?
That's close. Yeah. Big Short. You guys got to watch that movie. It's a great movie. It's awesome.
Drop in the comments right now what you're going to be investing in before
the
market closes.
Please. I want to see what did people buy today? What did you buy today? I know there's going to be companies that I didn't recommend, which is fine. I just want to see what you're buying today. I bought Open Door, IPOE, NEO, APXT, Butterfly for the future. So what are you guys buying? What did you buy today? I think there was some really good buying opportunities today. XL Fleet, Canoe, GSAT, more NEO, Tattoo. I've been looking at Tattoo Chef a lot.
He's trying to get me on it, guys.
I've been looking at Tattoo Chef a lot.
I was vegan for a year, so I
IPO,
think it's cool.
BOT, NEO, APXT, NEO, Canoe.
And tell us, drop in the comments too, how much you guys paid for each of these companies.
Hems,
what's
Tesla,
your
Nano.
price?
I got Nano low. So
what's your average price cost? Are you averaging up at any point? Are you averaging down? What's your game plan when it comes to
there's
these?
some really I'm telling you, people on my channel are buying some really good stuff. Like
Long Call Marvel, definitely a good option.
Yeah, you got it lower than me, you lucky bastard.
I'm still waiting. I think it might dip a little more.
God damn, I wish I could have bought some.
Averaging down. Yeah, averaging down is a really good idea, especially with these good companies.
27 contracts, 100 shares, APXT. Yeah, you guys bought some really good companies. Even CCIV was a good buy today. Could have got it under 30. I think it hit 30, 29.
120K on TSNP. What's TSNP?
It's like a kind of like Square. It's just like a it's like a
fintech.
It was like a pink sheet like stock that made its way to like $1 or something. Okay. So it's doing pretty good.
Huh. 120K on it?
It's like 10 grand. It's like 10 grand, I think. College change my mindset. Long-term call. Yeah, long-term calls. I mean, in case of a situation like this, day traders today.
If you had $1,000, what would you buy?
$1,000 right now.
I would. Whenever I first started, Kyle told me back in the day just to put $100 in everything that I like, and if I'd have held, I'd have made way more money. But I'd say buy some EVs, buy a NEO, buy some fintech like BFT, buy some technology like APXT.
I would.
There's so many.
If I had 1,000, I would buy either 3 calls and 3 companies, or 10 stocks and, 10 different stocks with $1,000. So for stocks, I would buy 10 stocks, and then options, I would buy 3 options for. That's how I would do it. And I think either way, one's definitely riskier, but.
And you got to think, with $1,000, you can only make so much money. You're not going to become a millionaire off of $1,000 in 1 year.
Of course.
So you have to have the right mindset going into how you invest. Use it as a way. If you even 10x $1,000, that's really good. Some people never 10x in their life. So whenever you don't have as much money, pay attention to the percentages.
Man, this guy got an IPOE January 2022 call. That's good. You could, if that stock goes to 60, you're gonna make a lot of money. Yeah, IPOE, man. My guy JD has been talking to me about IPOE. I've been doing a lot of research on it. The year-over-year growth is just sickening. Like, I think they're gonna do $4 billion in like 3 years, and if you can hold that long, this will be just as big as Square or bigger. I don't know. It's just it takes time, guys. It takes time.
Another thing I want to see in the comments too is put in the comments what you did during Wall Street bets. Like, what was you guys' mindset? Did you buy into any of these hype stocks, or did you understand the fundamentals of investing? Like,
yeah,
what was your game plan?
I had a lot of guys come up to me at the gym, and they're like, "Yo, Kyle, I've been on that Wall Street bets, man. So, are you on?" I'm like, I look at it. I'm like, I'm not really on it because I'm just like, they don't really. I don't see a lot of upside for more than a week or two. Maybe not even a week. And they were like, "Oh yeah, man, I bought this, Naked. I bought this OG. I bought this SNDL." And I'm like, "Oh man, I don't really like those. Like, I just don't feel safe. They might 3x off of volume, but I just don't feel safe buying them. And I don't even want to. I have enough stress doing all these options and helping people up, answering questions. So that's the thing. If you're buying these stocks under $1, yeah, that's cool. But if you're buying these at like $3-4, losing money, it's very risky. So it just
APXT, BFT, Tesla, Marvel, and Neo. We'll see you in the Millionaire Club with us in a couple of years, buddy.
Yeah, they're a really good company. And it's, like I said, this is a perfectly good article, guys. Yahoo Finance, Square price target upgrades. Let the big whale analysts take you to the finish line. Don't let Wall Street bets take you to the finish line. Let the professionals take you there, because they're going to be loading up their hedge funds with these companies because they feel safe. So that's just how I feel, guys. So just let the big rich, take you to the top. Follow their lead, and just know what's going to happen before it happens, so you can buy these companies. Like Open Door right now, it's a buy. It could double freaking next month off some crazy articles. They might give Open Door a price target of 60. It's possible,
and that's how you get rich.
It's possible. So yeah. Short term, it looks shitty. February looks shitty. I don't care. It looks bad for everyone. A lot of people look bad. Even people that are buying NASDAQ are down 4%. So they're down 4%. Hey, I'm happy to be down, 15, 20% today. I don't care. So, and I'm doing options, and I'm still in the game. I got options way out. So
this is what's important too. Whenever you're buying into these companies, know what you're going to do with the company. If this company goes up to a certain price, you have to keep it in your mind. You don't have to sell all your shares. You can take some profit, 25%, 50%, let it drop back down, and then buy in more. Just always have a game plan with what you're doing. And if you're not adapting to the stock market, then you're going to lose.
Yeah,
I have to know what you're doing.
If that Square runs up in the next 1 to 2 months, I'll probably sell it if it freaking goes anywhere near 400. And I'll just restart a new fintech company at 1020, like BFT or IPOE. That's what you got to do. You got to know when to part ways with a stock that has just made you so much money. You got to know when to part ways. And even though not a lot of people know about Overstock, but I bought this one under like $30, and it's getting price targets right now of 120. I sold it, today early at near $90, $100, just because I made so much money on it. And Overstock.
Oh yeah,
Furniture.
I saw.
It's crazy the price targets they got. I was like, what the hell? They'd said this thing's worth 120, but I just couldn't wait on it. I just had to get rid of it because the upside today was so much better selling that one. So
Subscribe to my boy's Patreon too. I know he hasn't talked about it, but
yeah, guys. I mean, I haven't really been marketing the Patreon very heavy, you know, because there's not a lot of excitement. I've been more focusing on who's in the Patreon right now, just trying to set people up for success over this year. So I'm not doing a lot of marketing because, you know, there's not a lot of excitement right now. It's more of just getting our game plan for the future. But this shit will pay off. I'm telling you, it will pay off in just a short time frame. 1, 2, 3 years, you might be able to 10x in 2, 3 years. You know, that's definitely possible just on stocks. But of course, there's options out there that are going to do very well, and you know that's what we're doing. So I'm happy to say nobody in the Patreon has blown their account up 99% like Wall Street Bets. I sent the screenshots on the Wall Street Bets. There's thousands of them, guys. 99% losses. People lost 99%.
That shouldn't be happening if you know what you're doing either. No one, if you know what you're doing too and you lose 99%
of your option,
you're going to be able to come back into the market and make money again. It's called a mindset, being wealthy. Being rich is just an opportunity that you're given. If you're wealthy and you understand the fundamentals of how to make money, it doesn't matter if you have 10, 20, 30,000 or $5 billion.
you can lose it all.
If you know what you're doing, you will make money.
There's no reason to be down 99% in 1 week or 2 weeks doing short-term options on high-risk plays. There's no reason to do that. So I don't do that, and my upside on my portfolio is years of growth. Years of growth. Sure, I got my high-risk plays, which are, guys, the highest risk play I'll buy is a 60-day call. That's the highest risk I'll go. If it's 60 days, which I don't even buy them at 60 days. I buy them more like 90 days plus. I will not buy any call. I don't care if I love the company. If it's NEO, BFT, APXT, I'm not buying anything under 90 days just because you don't know what's going to happen. This could happen anytime. You just don't know. So just give yourself that freaking cushion.
Think about those people who bought call options to maybe 8 months before coronavirus and then it hits. It's like some things you just cannot predict, but you have to put your best foot forward whenever you're doing something.
You have to be ready. You have to know how to adapt. And like I said, everyone in the Patreon we're 95% 2 months to 12 months out. So everyone's out 2 months. So we should be fine. I think the big whales, if they want their shares, you know, they're buying them up right now today, probably 9:50 a.m. If they want these super good SPAC stocks, guys got to think. These guys, these analysts, these people go to college for 10, 20 years doing this. If you think they haven't weeded out the top 10 SPAC stocks out of the 400, they know exactly what to buy, guys. That's why if you see a SPAC stock just, you know, getting hammered today, it's likely because it's a really, really, really good one. And they just shook out all the retail traders today. And there's no telling how much transferring of the wealth happened today, but it was bad because I was looking at my portfolio like this.
Hey, listen, guys. I know whenever I don't get a call from Kyle or on FaceTime by 10 a.m. that something's going on. So
I'm buying.
So I knew whenever I got on my phone when I woke up, I was like, damn, where's my FaceTime at?
Yeah, we call it
I
always.
looked at my Robinhood and I was like, oh, well, there's Kyle.
Dude, I was moving stuff so fast. I'm telling you, in 2 minutes, I sold 4 stocks. I trimmed 2 stocks. I bought 4 dips. I went over to my TD. I bought more dips. Guys, I did this all in like a minute, 2 minutes. I did all of that in 2 minutes, and that's right when the dip was hitting hard. It doesn't take a lot of practice. It just takes composure. You just need to know what you want to do. You just hold your breath. You just look. You time, sell. And I tell you, was the dip 950 or 951? Because I was
950.
I was all over that bad boy. Like if
you didn't get it at 950, you were waiting for it to go. I mean, shit, there's still so much money to be made. This is what I can't understand is how APXT is under $13 and you won't buy it. What else do they need to do? I mean, what I said on my channel before is like, if I could go on your account and buy them myself, that's what I do.
They have no debt.
They make so much money too, and they're partnering with Microsoft.
Yeah, it's just the traders. They're gonna lose it when it merges. Boy, it's gone. It's gonna go to
someone will go put 100,000 in Riot, and it's like, why?
Yeah, not at 60, 70. That's scary.
This shit went down 30% today. All the companies that, I'm pretty sure Kyle's been talking about along with me, they dropped.
Yeah.
It just takes this much because the investors that they have, it's not going to have any pullback up because they're all in it for the short term. So if they see it go down, they're going to be like, oh my God, and they're going to take their profits. And that's what you see with the bad companies that are down 30, 40, 50%.
Remember, guys, before you buy a company, make sure you think to yourself, like, think about it as like when you're in a stock, like family and like a business partner. Are your business partners that have bought that stock with you, are they high quality business partners? Think about that. When you enter a stock, hey, is this stock filled with the right crowd? Does this crowd have the right fit for what I want to do? Is this a crowd that I want to pump for 72 hours and we're all going to dump this shit and the stock's going to be crashed? Or is this a crowd that has some short-term day traders take some profits, but overall, people see the potential upside? So think about that. Does this stock have the crowd for me? And that's how I look at these meme stocks. I'm like, man, these people don't want to do what I want to do, so I can't buy it. Sure, people will make 3, 5, 800% in one day, but a lot of people will lose everything. So just remember, is this crowd the right crowd for my mindset and what I want to do? So
think about this. If someone's making a lot of money, that means someone else is losing a lot of money because money isn't made, it's just transferred.
Yeah, and another thing I've been reading up on is big hedge funds will stop shorting a stock when it breaks that like $100 range. Once they get out of that $100 range, it costs so much more money to short the stock. So they pretty much let it go. That's why you see these software companies and these tech companies like Square, Twilio, Nvidia, Peloton, they just run forever because big, Wall Street analysts, they don't care no more because the risk is too high for them.
There's money to be made in other spots.
They just come short. They come for the cheap shit. They want the cheap shit. And then because the stocks that are usually running like that, they already own, so they let them go. So I just know that big whales like to short cheaper stocks. That's why those higher stocks you see with lower discounts today, because they don't get shorted as much, and the big hedge funds aren't really that interested. They want the cheap, cheap stuff. So just understand, once a stock breaks like 100 plus, it has a good chance to run for a while.
Thoughts on CCIV?
It's not bad if you got it early today. Let me see what it says.
CCIV, buy the company, not the hype. That's all there is to it.
Yep. I'll tell you what, CCIV knocked out a lot of, investors today that, aren't the best investors. So
45%. Think about that.
It knocked out a lot of investors. It dropped 42%. So 42% of the crowd is gone. So I think it was a good buy this morning at 30. Now it could potentially be another short term because it's going up fast. $10 is some serious stuff. How's my BFT looking? I'm waiting on that 6%.
Wow, it's
been doing that for like 2 months. That thing's gonna take off. I like BFT a lot.
I should have bought on the dip. It didn't even go down that bad. Even at the lowest part of the dip, I was still up.
What we got here? Yeah, like Chamath has a lot of stocks, guys. I'm telling you, he's got a lot of good stocks. It's pretty much they're all good. He knows what he's doing. So
so much money into BFT.
I know. GNOG. I just don't think the management is the best. They make good money. It's a smaller company, has got no publicity. I think the management is more worried about their food and beverage industry for the casinos. That's the problem right now. DraftKings, I think, has a lot of ups. I think DraftKings could be a couple $100 stock. You know, once the pandemic fully clears, I own DraftKings. I think that one makes me a good little money. It just might take some time. Just got a price target increase to like 80. So
that TXMD one, I was looking at it. It's a penny stock. I don't know.
Yeah, I bought a little bit of it. I bought $1,000 worth.
Really?
Yeah, I bought a teeny bit. Yeah, Clean Spark, very volatile stock. A lot of ups and downs. I don't know if the best crowd is in there just from YouTube. I feel like there's a lot of traders in that one. I think there's good upside, but I just don't think it has the best crowd. The ups and downs are ridiculous on Clean Spark. So
what does that one do? I haven't.
It's like a clean energy.
Yeah, it's just gonna be like the fuel cell plug, everything like that.
Awesome start. Let me see. All right, guys, we got to hit the gym. It was a great talk today. Hope a lot of people understand, you know, what's going on today. If companies are killing earnings, Disney, Roku, Square, Twilio, the list goes on. The market is not crashing if companies are killing it and thriving. How is that a market crash? Market crash is when the economy is absolutely crashed. Nobody's making money. This is not a market crash. This is just a severe pullback. The hedge funds took it to the retail investors today, and you know, they need to stop complaining on these articles about market crash. They got it. You know, here you go. You got your flash crash. This is a flash crash where everything was just hammered today. It didn't really matter what it was. NASDAQ, you know, 4%. So guys, this is just the truth. If companies are thriving and Square's getting a $400 price target, Disney's getting a $200 price target, companies are green. That's just not a market crash. The company is doing, the world is doing great, or the United States is doing great right now. Even in a pandemic, it's thriving. I think this is a bullish market, and I think, you know, when the coronavirus fully clears, I think we could see all-time highs, and a lot of these SPAC stocks I've been talking about are going to do really good the next 12 months. So best thing you can do right now is trim anything you have bigger gains in. If you don't have money, trim those, buy the dips, call options 90 days or more, diversify. Meme stocks, remember, is this crowd right for me? Is this crowd my mindset and what I want to do with my future? So remember that when you go to purchase a $1, $2, $3 stock, just remember, is this crowd right for me? Also, always look at the upside. Is this company growing in revenue or going down? It's a lot of things to do, guys. So just remember, you know, those little tips. I think it doesn't matter what age you are. You could be 18, you could be 30, you could be 50. You can make a lot of money as long as you be patient. Just try to be patient. You don't need to be getting rich in 30 days trading. You know, it's going to end. It's going to end. So guys, yeah, a lot of stocks are punching people in the balls. That's completely understandable. I feel your pain. Time will tell.
Yeah, my balls hurt like hell right now.
Yeah,
not even gonna lie.
So, yeah, guys.
Kyle 50.
Yeah, 50. That's not a bad age to get it going. I'm telling you. You can do it at 50. Anyone can do it. I think someone could take 10 grand and turn it into $1 million in like 5 years at 50. That's not a problem at all.
55, you can still be doing everything.
I got a goal. I mean, my crazy goal, this is my crazy goal. I think by 40 years old, I should be at 8 figures.
You go to Billy?
No, it's not a Billy. I think by 40, I should be at 8 figures. So
wait, no, that is
8 figures is 10 million. Is 10 million.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
So 10 million is the goal a decade from now. Okay,
that's it.
Not $1 million. $1 million's gonna happen.
Week.
Million's gonna happen pretty soon if we buy the right stuff. So don't set your goals too low. Be patient. And as you guys can see, what I told you, everything I did this morning. It just takes a little bit of a game plan. So make sure you game plan. for the next 7 figures is $1 million, 8 figures is 10 million. I'm positive of that. I know the bread. 8 figures is 10 million. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the live. Live was popping a little bit early. We had like 240 viewers. I don't make any money on YouTube, guys. The only money I make is on Patreon. My YouTube got banned from some Google advertisement. Somebody put some spam on my channel. So I don't make any money, guys. I haven't made $1. I just make the money off the Patreon. It's not really, the Patreon's not really a support for me. It's more of like, I really do try to help people because we got a lot of young people in there. Like a lot of people are way younger than me. And it's just to teach you like safety options. I do a lot of research on companies that will make a lot of money, like the ones we're seeing now, Square to 400, stuff like that. So I do a lot of research on upside. So yeah, if you want to sign up for the Patreon, it's $20 a month. I'm not changing it. I think you get some pretty good value, and I really appreciate it. And also, you can subscribe to my boy's YouTube channel. It's Real Deal Wealth. He's just getting started. This is my cousin. He's actually a lot smarter than me. And he's a lot smarter than me in like the science, mathematical. He's trying to be a nurse, but you're trying to go higher than a nurse.
Probably.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So he's in college.
Unless I make too much money in the stocks, I might just get out of it. No.
Yeah. So he's pretty smart as far as like, companies upside and stuff like that. So he does a lot of research too. So really appreciate you guys for joining me today. I know a lot of people are busy. We got people on their lunch breaks, taking off of work, buying dips. So I hope you have a great day, and I'll catch y'all later. All right.
Peace.